Hello. Behind this large contraption are our Musa Basjoo, the hardy Japanese banana. And the reason I built this around them was I was trying to protect the height by protecting the trunk. Of course, the Musa Basjoo green banana doesn't have a true trunk. It has a pseudo trunk which is made up of the leaves of the plant. It's a shrub. In actual fact, it's a herb, the Musa Basjoo. It is the 18th of March. Now, I think it's slightly early in the year to start unwrapping these tender plants, but I've been given my instructions, and mine is not to reason why, mine is but to do or get earache. So I am going to unwrap the Musa Basjoo and see if it's made it through the winter. Behind there are about 4 medium-sized Musa Basjoos and about 7 little puppies or pups which grow up around the base. And we'll soon see whether this protection, and there's a video on how I did this on my channel, I'll put a link to it at the end of this one, but a little bit untimely at the moment because you should have been watching that last autumn. We'll see soon whether that protection did the job. Yeah, let's go for it. Let's get this deconstructed and see what lies therein. So that's the frame removed. Bit of a wrestling match, but it's gone nevertheless. And I remember now, when I made that original protection for these bananas, I was at great pains, went to great lengths to protect the individual trunks, and you can see that in the video that I made at the time. This is loft insulation. It's made out of recycled plastic bottles, which means that it insulates the trunk of the plant, or the pseudo trunk of the plant, but it doesn't absorb water, it doesn't hold wetness in it. So I thought that was a good idea, because cold and wet is never good for this type of plant. Let's take this insulation off and see what's beneath these trunks. Doing this is always going to be trial and error. You're never going to know whether you've been successful or not until the spring, when you work out whether there's any life in this trunk and whether it's still growing. I have to say, it looks a bit soggy to me. There is some strength in there. I'll tell you what is interesting is that these pups all look as if they're still alive here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's take that dead leaf off. Must be 10 pups there. 10 little Musa Basjoo pups there, a little clump. And they all seem green, so that means to me that they've still got life. But what is interesting is along the back, I can see lots of purple stems. And those purple stems, they're Persicaria, red dragon, which is planted about 2 meters away to my left. So somehow that Persicaria red dragon has managed to propagate itself around the back of here. Now, Persicaria red dragon is it is part of the Japanese knotweed family, I believe, and it is known to be quite invasive. Well, it certainly invaded the back of there, so I'll have a think about that. I shall now remove the wrapping from these other bananas and see what we've got going on inside these ones. I did wrap them very tightly, so this string is difficult to get to, but there we go, it's coming off there now. And off another one comes. I think the only way I'll know whether these have actually survived as trunks is in a few weeks' time. Growth will start to appear at the top if it's still alive. If it isn't still alive, then obviously growth will not start to appear. at the top, but we're getting into warmer weather now. Hopefully we will not have any more frosts, and if we do, it's not my fault because I didn't want to do this yet, but if we do and we have some severe frosts, well, we'll have to run out here with some protection and wrap them up again somehow. But there's definitely some stability in these trunks, and I think they could still be viable. They still could have life in them, and if that is the case, that will be a result, because it means that we've achieved what we wanted to achieve, which is to retain the height of the Musa Basjoo up this wall so that the leaves continue to go up. This is the last one, at which point the job will be complete and I shall give you some close-up footage of these trunks. It is damp inside here, and in actual fact I can see little worms crawling up here. Somehow they've managed to climb up there, but I'm not sure whether a worm on the outside of the trunk is necessarily a sign that the inside of the trunk is dead. Well, it's sturdy. Yeah, they're all quite sturdy. I'm encouraged. There is green in the centre. Green in the centre. I'm not too concerned about chopping the top off, because that's where the new leaf will grow out. In fact, I'm going to do that deliberately to all of them so that the new leaf can climb out. Look, green. Can you see? Green in the middle of there. Let's complete the task. Green, 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 green the way through. So that's 5, I think, viable trunks. 10 little pups which are still green. They look a bit pale. That's a bit like rhubarb that's been forced, isn't it? I suppose they've sort of lost, because they've been in the dark, they've not been photosynthesizing, but I guess with a bit of light on them now, those will start to shoot up underneath this weed fabric here. Somewhere there's a colocasia pink china, and there it is, and that's got a little shoot on it too. I'll put it back for now, come back to that another day. Well, I think I'm quite happy with that. I think all the work that we put into protecting these trunks last year was worth it. Bit worried about the Persicaria and how invasive that's been. Yeah, happy. In the next 2 weeks, I'll be taking this weed fabric off. You'll be able to see the tetrapanics, the cannas, the musifolia, the tree ferns, the pink chinas, and all the other exotic tropical plants I've got in this border. So I'll see you soon for some more exotic tropical jungle gardening. Bye for now.